Thank God Jesus came to the lunatics. It means I got a chance. Very happy New Year to everyone, and welcome back. There's so many aspects. I love this week after, or Epiphany week, you could say. Each of the Gospels this week are continual epiphanies, revelations, manifestations of who Jesus is. The three principal aspects of the Epiphany that the Church associates with the Feast of the Epiphany, of course, is yesterday's visit of the Magi, and then also the miracle at Cana and his baptism in the Jordan by John the Baptist. But again, we'll see as today he preach the gospel, as he's teaching, as he's curing. Those are manifestations, epiphanies, who he is, and we'll continue to see that in the coming days. One of the aspects I was reading last week in preparation for the homily yesterday, and beautiful aspect of the Epiphany that I saw, because the understanding of who, again, this child was. And the Magi, they saw the star, they followed it, and how they understood exactly the significance and the meaning, and they knew to bring these gifts. We'll have to wait and get to heaven, hopefully, and ask them, right? How did you actually know? And how did you know those gifts were going to be so symbolic and so prophetic? Gold for a king, incense for a god, myrrh for a baby, for a burial, right? Not the best gift, I guess, if you show up at a baby shower, right? That'd be like bringing a little casket to a baby shower and say, "Hey, Mom and Dad, here's your gift for your son." Smack you and get out of my house, right? But no, the child was born, of course, to die and then rise in glory for us. And there was an ancient heresy in the church called adoptionism that falsely taught, as some other early and modern heresies, that would deny the divinity of Christ, that it was only at the epiphany of his baptism, which we'll celebrate and conclude the Christmas season on Sunday, that God the Father spiritually, could say, adopted Jesus as his son at his baptism, so at 30 years old, as St. Luke tells us, and then gave him that special mission to go out and preach and teach. But of course, whoever, those that were promoting adoptionism falsely didn't understand the scriptures. They came and gave him incense for a God. They prostrated themselves and adored the child Jesus, right? So our correct understanding in the context of today's memorial of St. John Neumann, right? Such a great promoter in the church, in the infant church here in the United States, still a very missionary church at the time, of promoting Catholic education, the crucial ministry of educating children and youth and adults, all of us, right? And to be educated correctly. And so thanks be to God, then we have Holy Mother Church that is able to correct probably well-intentioned but false teachings such as adoptionism. Now, if we understand adoptionism correctly, you and I fall under that category. Because you and I, through baptism, are the adopted sons and daughters of God. You and I aren't God by nature. Jesus is, right? Consubstantial with the Father. So our creed that we professed yesterday obviously is a correction to that early church heresy of adoptionism. But if anyone here is adopted, if you know people who have adopted children, hopefully they love, and they do love their children as much as they were their biological children, right? And God then also, because of the merits of his Son, loves us the same, right? Adopted but beloved nonetheless. And so, inspired by St. John Neumann, hopefully in all of our ministries here, right? We go out and teach the true, correct teachings of the church, according to Holy Mother Church. But then we have to do the difficult job of you and I living it as well. Because sometimes we teach well. I'm the lunatic that doesn't live it well, right? So you're going to pray for this lunatic, right? You're going to pray for me and for all of us who are, unfortunately, can't discern the truth, right? And we get deceived by the Antichrist. That beautiful first reading as well. But we test all the spirits, and guided by the church, and in humility and faith and trust, we believe that we will be then on the right path.